Hello, it's Kylie Bertucci, Stamping Up Demonstrator in Australia, and I'm here with you to explain a little bit more about our training program because we've had some questions come through, and maybe you're one of those people that are thinking, is this for me? I don't know if I fit for this program. Am I eligible? Is it worthwhile? Lots of questions. So I thought it'd be good to do a video just to allay some of your fears that you may have, or some of the questions you may have that you want to know whether it is appropriate for you to sign up. Firstly, it is open to everyone worldwide, so anyone in the world that is a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator can sign up for this program, and it runs for a year. Now, I want to show you a little bit more about the actual program, what it looks like, because we use the Teachable platform, and it is fantastic because we've utilized it over the last few years. This is going to be our 5th or 6th year of doing this training program. I think it might be 5 actually. But we have learnt over the years. We started off just on Facebook and it just didn't work for us in terms of the organization. Facebook jail. Like, you were never going to know if you were going to have access to the program or if you could comment, and we didn't want to have that sort of program or that platform holding us hostage in any way. So this is a great program that we're using, a lot more professional, user-friendly, and it has a lot better organization. So let me show you the program. So this is what it looks like, and what is really exciting about this is that you can click off what you have done, what you've completed. There's this main page to tell you exactly where you're tracking. And basically what we're going to include in the program, there's sort of like, I suppose you could say, 4 elements to this program. Firstly, it's these talks here, which is from demonstrators around the world, not just highly successful demonstrators, but demonstrators that maybe have just earned the trip for the very first time. Ones that you can look to that maybe have never earned a trip, but are doing incredible things based on their circumstances. And I just really love that because it's going to help all levels, because that was one of the questions that people asked. You know, I'm a hobby demonstrator. This is my first time looking into maybe doing Stampin' Up! From a business point of view. But then we've got ones that might already be advanced or already earned many trips and they just want that sort of extra bit of oomph in their business. Well, for both types of demonstrator, this program is going to work for you, and I'll explain why. So basically with these teachable talks, or the talks from these demonstrators, it's going to help you to see how other demonstrators have found success, or how they have achieved the goals that they wanted to reach for the year or maybe in the past. Even talks about when they don't reach their goals, how that affects them and how they can overcome those challenges. So not just the positive side, but how to cope with the disappointment as well. And the reason why we've got all of these different talks from different people is because we have seen over the years that every demonstrator runs their Stampin' Up! Business in a different way. And that will be the same for you. Even if you don't have your business already established and you're thinking about establishing it, well, you need to work out what your business is going to look like. Is it going to be face-to-face? Is it going to be online? Is it going to be a bit of both? If it is online, what sort of things are you going to do? You're going to do videos? Are you going to do blogging, more Instagram? Like, what does that look like? If you're going to be face-to-face, classes, workshops, like what are you going to do there? And there's so much room for movement and for you to actually work within your circumstances. And the only way and the only person that can tell you exactly what is right for you and your business is you and your family. So you kind of have to work that out. And that's why we've got so many different talks, so many different ways of running Stamping Up, and different types of things that you can do in your business. Not all of these talks are going to fit for you, but there's enough variety and there's a huge amount of content so that you will find the things that resonate for you that you can apply in your own business. And you just do a bit of trial and error. For the first few years for us, that's exactly what we did. We just tested things to see what worked, what didn't work, and then went from there. Now, this program is fantastic because we've got the introduction section, so there's a lot of great content already there when you sign up, or automatically you get that content. We also have a bonus section, and that will keep being added to. And then you can see here it starts going into the actual coursework of the program. Now, the coursework, basically I do once a month, a monthly focus, or what you could say is like a challenge for the month, to sort of get us to try new things and to focus on something that maybe you haven't tried for the first time, or something that would be appropriate for what is happening in the Stampin' Up calendar. So it sort of fits with what is happening from a promotional point of view to keep us on track, because we need that focus, right? And not only do we get the coursework, because we've got the My Talk and then another speaker in that first section. So you can see here that's available starting from the 1st of October. Then halfway through the month, we'll have another 2 talks from demonstrators. And these are fantastic because every month you're just getting the 4 talks and they're broken up. So you can see here, you can't access Liz and Wendy for another 17 days. It tells you how many days. But then you can access Scott and the first talk and mine in 3 days. So it's really interesting seeing how that all works. And of course, a lot of the things that I talk about in this video now will come up in that monthly focus, because we set the very first goal, and don't get scared, because we're with you, okay? But the very first goal of the month, and we do this every training program, is to introduce yourself and to do a live video on the group. So that can be a little bit overwhelming. It's like, bang, you get right into it as soon as you come in. And you don't have to do it. Of course, you don't have to do anything. But we have seen that the ones that really apply the information and just do it, even if you go live sideways, we've all done it. Even if it's the very first live video you've ever done, we've all had to do that. So we're there to support you and help you through that and do that first introduction, and to really get a hold of what your goals are. What do you want from Stampin' Up? Why do you want those goals, and how are you going to achieve them? What are obstacles that could come up in your way, and how are you going to overcome them? So this program is very much, and this is another question that came up, like, is it specifically telling you how to do it based on my point of view? Absolutely not. The way that we have set up this program is that we want to help you to navigate what is going to work for you, because there's no point copying another demonstrator. You need to be true to what you can do within your workload. We all have different circumstances. Some work full-time and run Stampin' Up. Some have children, some don't. Some are married, some aren't. Like, there's a lot of different things that we're facing in our families and in our current situation. So you have to work around that and see what works for you. So this program is more about helping you to establish processes in your business, to know what to do to get new customers, but then also how to look after those customers, and then how to build your business so that you can kick the goals that you want to achieve. Now, a lot of that comes down to as well the Facebook group, because on the Facebook group we have a community of like-minded people that are going to support you. They're going to assist you through all those challenges. If things come up that are discouraging, or things that come up that are really exciting, they're going to celebrate with you. They're going to help you through those tough times as well. So the community is a really, really big help, and we love our Facebook group. So this is the course part. Now, another thing that we get asked a lot too is, does this course include like step-by-step on how to get onto social media. So say you want to do an online program, or you want to get online with your Stampin' Up business. Does this program include that? No, it does not. This program is just demonstrator speaking. If you wanted step-by-step information on how to get online, that would be with our social media training course. It is a separate course. You're welcome to sign up for that anytime, and that's accessible at any time too. So I'll just move my head out of the way there. So this social media training course is fantastic for those of you that want to learn more about getting online. If you need the link, it will be added in the newsletter or below this video. But you can see here it's got blogging, part 1, part 2, MailChimp, PicMonkey, Pinterest, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, plus some bonus sections here as well that are going to help you. And this is everything that you need, plus all the updates that we include in the course, because you'll have access to this course for life, plus all updates. So this is a separate course altogether. And some have asked me if there is like a bundle that they can purchase that gives them a discount. We don't discount either of the programs because we have done some of these courses in the past, and there was one training program that I did was 6 weeks long, and it cost me $3,000. Mind you, it was the most amazing course. However, this is so reasonably priced, like both of our programs. The social media training course is $395 Australian, and the demonstrator training course is $300. So to get even both of them for $695 Australian is crazy, ridiculous prices, because we could easily charge thousands, because some people pay thousands just to get a blog set up. But it sets up your blog, it sets up how to do your own graphics, it sets up how to do Instagram, and you learning how to do it yourself. Like, that's the powerful bit. You're not having to pay anyone anymore to do that content for you. You are in full control of all of your platforms, which I just think is worth thousands. So there are no discounts for bundles. But if you want to get online, we highly, highly recommend that social media training course. However, you may want to start, if you're just starting out with your business, you may want to start with the demonstrator training, and then you'll know where you're at. Then you'll know whether you want to look at doing online or whether you want to stay face-to-face, and whether that will be beneficial for you. So then that will help you decide. So we always recommend the demonstrator training program, because you'll get your support, you'll get the talks, so that you can work out what is going to be the best direction for you to take in your circumstances. So I think that was the main things. The other thing that is really beneficial in this program is that we have a weekly newsletter, and that, again, that's there to keep us on track, to remind us of what we should be doing, because ultimately every week counts in a Stampin' Up year. You can't start thinking, oh, I can just relax for a bit, I don't have to work this week. If you think of a job, a normal job, how long would it take if you had a boss and you wanted time out? How much time out could you actually take out from that job before you got sacked? It wouldn't take long. If you're like, I just need like 2 weeks, 3, maybe 4, they'd be like, we can't sustain you, we can't keep you as an employee because you're not doing what you need to do to get the work done. So if you treat your business in the same way as though you had a boss and that you're accountable to someone, it would be exactly the same. You would not want to miss too many weeks of work. In fact, some of us that do go on trips, or we do go away, we work ahead. We make sure that we've got work lined up and done ahead of time so that we can take those 2 weeks off for our trips. So it's about getting organized, keeping yourself accountable, being consistent, and then seeing how you can maintain that focus so that then you will see the results. Because that's where we see the majority of demonstrators not getting to kick the goals that they want to do, because they're not continuing to keep going. Because we get tired. It's understandable. We totally understand it. You get tired. You wonder if you're ever going to see results. You wonder if anything's going to happen. But if you continue to do it and you continue to be consistent and you continue to give good customer service, it will eventually take place. So we're really excited for you. So I think they're the main things. I mean, there's a few people that did ask, what are the expectations? Like, how much time is this going to take, this program? Because they don't have a huge amount of time. So you saw from the talks, it had the timing on the talks. And you can see that there isn't a huge amount of time watching these videos, because you can see in this month here, my talk is usually like 15 minutes, but you can see Scott's is half an hour, Liz 22 minutes, and Wendy 27 minutes. So that's all you have in the month, is maybe 2 hours of content. And this is the main hub of the content. This is the main section that we want you to take part in. So the minimum that you can give to this program is 2 hours in a month. I'm sure many of you have a minimum of 2 hours in a month to get the most out of these. And then you want to be able to apply it. So of course that's going to take a little bit of time to make sure that you're taking in that information and then using it. And then from there, it really is up to you. Like, the sky is the limit, because we have blog hops that you can take part in. We can teach you how to do tutorial bundles. You can take part in amazing things in the group that is going to help you to hone your skills, ask questions, help other people. So there's a lot of different parameters and a lot of different time, depending on what you have, as to where you can sort of go. So the main base though is just that 2 hours, which I'm sure all of us have. In fact, I've said to some of those that have been in the program in the past, because this is designed that you will more than likely not get to see every video, because we jam pack so much information. We would rather give more than not enough. So we have to go more so that you feel like, oh my goodness, there's so much here. Because if we don't give you more and you don't have enough, you'd feel like, oh, this isn't very good value for money. So that's why we've added extra in there. But always just think, while I'm doing the dishes, can I put my headphones on and listen to one of the talks? While I'm in the car traveling, can I put it on? While I'm waiting for some of my kids from pickup at school, can I listen? Go a little bit earlier and listen in the car. Just utilize your time a little bit wiser, and you'll find you'll get to listen to those video recordings really easily. But just making sure that you schedule the time to get them done. That's the key. And then implementing them. So I hope that helps with a lot of the questions that we've seen come through. Don't hesitate if you have more questions, more concerns, more queries. Please don't hesitate. If you have signed up, which I know there's been a lot that already have signed up, and there's a lot of apprehension, a little bit of fear and excitement, like, am I going to be able to do it? But that will all settle as you settle into the program, sort of October, November. You'll be like, okay, this is not a race. This is really a marathon. And you've got an entire year to really take advantage. And you're going to go through, highs and lows where you're really onto all the information. You're doing really well. And then life happens, and that's okay. It happens to all of us, where we have ups and downs. But we will continue to do things to help you to stay motivated. Like, that's our biggest goal. How do we continue to motivate you to action so that you can keep your processes going and be consistent? And how do we help you to find the best way to achieve the goals you want to reach? Of course, we can't promise it's going to happen, and we can't do it for you. You do need to do it. So that is the key with this program. It makes no promises, because it all lies with you. But we definitely will do everything in our power to make sure that we're, waking you up and saying, come on, it's time to do something, make some projects and get blogging and, get on Instagram or whatever it is that you want to do in your business. We're there to go, come on, you can do it. We're your rah-rahs, your little cheerleaders in the background. So we know that that's going to really help you to maintain focus and to get that positivity, to have the right community around you that keeps saying to you, you can do this, and that understand your celebrations too. Even if you think they're small, we don't. We know every single thing that you achieve is big. Even if you think, oh, I know it's just a small thing, but I've got my first customer. Oh my goodness, that is not a small thing. That is something all of us celebrate. Or your first team member. Or maybe it's the first time you've received a bonus, the green pie. And you're going to be like, oh my goodness, I've received green pie. Woo! And we all go crazy. So it's a really great place to feel like you're being heard, being validated, being encouraged, and that people understand you, because sometimes our loved ones around us, they love us, but they just don't get it. Bruno finally gets it, but it took him many years to get it. So we know that this program will really help you feel at home. And that's what we love about our group. It's just such a beautiful community. And we really hope that we see you in it. So I hope that's helped answer some of your questions, maybe allay some of your fears and apprehension for joining. And just remember, if you trial this program for the first 30 days, if it's not for you, no questions asked, we'll give you a full refund, because we know that it's a huge commitment and it can be a bit scary. We understand that. I'm the same. I'm like, I don't want to waste that money. What if I waste it? You'll know in the first 30 days whether this is for you or not. So just let us know and we'll organise a refund and you can head off. No issues at all. We understand if it's not for you. So what have you got to lose? Come and join us and we'll see you in the most amazing supportive group you've ever been in. See you soon.